Okay, so I'll get my knee pads out and stuff, and I'll sweep all this down and get it all ready, and get ready to install my sealer. Okay, the trickiest part of putting the stain on is getting the lid off of an old sealer can, because it wants to keep spinning and spinning and spinning. This whole thing was spinning. Even with this, I couldn't take this one off because it was spinning the whole thing. And luckily I had some pliers with me, and I shipped this up, but you know, you want to shake it up a little bit before you get started. And this particular sealer is kind of a discolored look. See there? I don't have to put too much on. I think I got plenty to finish this whole thing. But when it goes on kind of milky, and then as it dries, it turns clear. Okay. So I'm just using my crummy little 3-inch paintbrush, and it doesn't hold much at a time. Look, I've been using it as a broom and all kinds of stuff. It's hardly anything, but I didn't want to open up my other one. I get cheap sometimes, and I like to show you how to save money. And hey, you can save money just that way, and don't use your other good paintbrush just yet. Your good paintbrush, your throwaway paintbrush. I got a brand new one right here. See, this costs like $3.99, and that's all I'm going to use. Okay, so I'll get set up. In fact, I've already done these top 3 steps and the risers, and underneath even cutting it all in, so you can see that I put it on, gets it darker. And like I said, by the time I get done with all this, as I wait a little bit, I'll be able to gingerly walk up the last 3 or 4 steps and get up here, and this should be dry. Even though it looks like it's cloudy, it's not really cloudy. The sun's on the other side of the house, so it's fine. It's 75 degrees out here. I'm not even gonna use my little 2-inch throwaway right now. I think I'm just gonna use my other one, and I'll show you how to do that next. It's easy. Anybody can do this. I'll stay away from you as best I can. I still want you to be able to check all this stuff out, because you may not be a painter. You may not want to do something like this, but once you see that if I can do it, hey, I'm just an average Joe. If I can do it, you can do it. And that's what most of my YouTube videos are about, that if I can do it, then you should be able to do it. And most of the stuff I do on my own. That way you can be rest assured that you can do it. There's very seldom do I need a second person to help me. I always try to figure out how to do it. And I've already done this one, and pretty sure I did that one. I'll just hit it again here real quick. And I ended up leaving that concrete bit on those because it was such a short piece, and it had an ending at the top and an ending at the bottom. It didn't really flake out of there like the top of these and the edges of those. So I decided, I'm just going to leave those. I'm not gonna rip all that stuff out. I could have ripped all that out too if I wanted, but I decided not to. I think I still have enough room to get all my stuff up in there. And if you've never painted before, take this as a practice, you know, so you can learn how to use the paintbrush, dip it in there and go. And you look at these glue lamp beam stairs, because they're 20 years old. That might be a reason why the concrete wasn't sticking very well either, because on some of them there's hairline cracks in between them, and that air goes all the way down, and that could have been a reason why it wasn't sticking too. I don't know. Okay, I guess you can see everything right like that. I'll try to stay out of your way the best I can. But like I say, I don't want to have to work on these stairs anymore. This is the last time I'm going to work on these stairs. I'm telling myself. And yeah, you'll just have to watch the whole process to see if it's not going to look as good as I think it's going to look. And I believe I won't have to ever do anything to these stairs again. Okay? And you don't have to be good at cutting in. Just take your brush and push it on there sideways, see? You don't have to cut it in if you don't think you're any good doing that. Oh, and I'm going to do underneath, just because I can, I guess, right? Just because I can. I'll do under there. I actually hit that edge with concrete too when I was floating all that, because I didn't want any of the wood exposed at the time. And just push it on there. Take it flat, push it on. I don't care if it drips or anything, because I'm going to be hitting it down here anyways, right? Look at that, I got a little right there, but when it dries, it's the same color as everything. Okay, now, and when I get all done, I'll do a once over with paint touch up on the stucco, because I just happen to have the right color for it. You see anything hard on what I'm doing here? Oh, it's not hard. It's not hard. I would dread to think how much somebody would charge you to fix these stairs. Even if these stairs were flat and they didn't dip down, you'd still have a heck of a time fixing them. You know, the previous owner, they had them all painted, and okay, that worked for a while, but year after year after year, it's just going to start peeling the paint. And I also still shaking my head why they use glulam beam material for the stair treads and not solid 4x12 material. Number one, or number two or better, you could use on the 4x12. This stuff really is going to have a tendency to start opening up in the cracks. Let's just show you what I mean here. See there? See that crack? Look at this one. See? That's because these 2x4s are standing on edge, glued together. Look. See? Why on earth would you want to put these outside? Oh yeah, the builder who put them there, let's just put it, we got the material. Nobody's ever going to know the difference. We're going to be gone out of here by the time they have any problems with that. They'll have paid us our money, and we'll be on down the road. They're not going to have any problems with this for the first 1 or 2 years. And then after that, who cares? You know, that's not a good way to think, is it? But hey, I don't know why else they would have done it. Just don't know why would have. Let's just get this in here. You see now why I'm sealing this first, I guess, before the caulking. I mean, I guess I could have caulked it first, but maybe the caulking will stick on here better on top of the sealer. And there's a couple spots that I can see that I'm gonna have to get quite a bit of sealer and put in the joints and stuff in some areas. I thought two tubes would be enough, but it's not going to be, I don't think. That's okay. I can go back to the store tomorrow. So I'm not gonna put any caulking in today. It's gonna be too late. This stuff won't be dry all the way. I would not recommend trying to do the inside corners and up next to stucco on sealer that hasn't dried overnight, I guess. You know. Okay, so there I go. And I used just about all that in there. And like I say, I'm pretty sure I got enough to finish. Enough sealer. But hey, I still have Thompson's water sealer. I've got about a third of a gallon or half a gallon in the garage. I could use that if I run out of this, but I figured I'd use this first and get rid of it, because I don't think I'm ever gonna use this type of sealer anymore. Olympic water guard, because it dries flat. It doesn't dry nice and glossy, and so that's why I'm just not going to get that anymore. Anytime I do sealer outside, I'm going to use Thompson's water sealer. Well, that stuff works good. Let's see if you can. I think you can see all this. Yeah, you can see it. See, I got that. And I can tell very easily where I start and stop on this first coat. The second coat, I'm not going to see it as easily, right? Because this first coat will have dried, and it's not going to be as glossy after it's dry. I'll still be able to tell where it goes. And see, I can just stay at this one step, right here. Slap it on there. If I use my other throwaway paintbrush, the brand new one, yeah, it would probably be just a hair quicker, but not that much. You know? I'll keep using this one. Might be time to throw it away when I get done doing 2 coats on these steps. What do you think? Maybe it will be. Okay. I'm just gonna keep going here. Wax on, wax off. Okay. You don't have to be Joe Blow the handyman to be able to do this project, I don't think. You might have to buy a few tools and stuff, like those treads. When I get ready to cut those treads, I got to get a blade, like 72 tooth carbide or diamond blade, carbide tip blade. And I went to the store and they have them for aluminum. They also have them for steel, depending on how thick your steel is. And so I don't have one of those blades. Yeah, that's probably going to cost me 30 bucks. And I'll need to get a few more things too. I don't have an aluminum T-square, an aluminum square anymore, so I'm gonna have to get one of those so I can measure the stair treads and stuff when I get ready to cut them and all that good stuff. And so, you know, there's gonna be a few things that I'm gonna have to buy, but I could use them for other jobs. And that's the beauty of when you start working on your own, doing things. You've got that money because you didn't have to pay somebody else. You paid somebody to do this whole thing, their labor, on everything I'm going to end up showing you on all these things. I would venture to say 2,000 bucks, maybe more, of labor. I mean, labor's not cheap anymore. No sirree, bub. If you had all the material, I haven't even ordered the stair tread material yet, but I don't think it's going to take that long to get it over the internet. I think it's a few days on the ordering. But if I had everything all together, it would probably take from start to finish 3 or 4 days, maybe longer to do this whole project. Oh, I gotta working myself right up into this corner here. See this sealer soaks right into this wood too, and that's why it's going to take more on the first coat than it is the second coat. That's why I think I'll still have enough of this sealer to finish. And like I say, if I don't, I got some more in the garage. Okay. So I'm gonna, I just showed you a couple different steps. I don't know, did I just show you how to do 3 steps? Oh, I still got this one down here to do. Oh, okay. I guess I got that last little bit. I think I showed you how to do three steps. I don't really have to show you much more, do I, on this? I always like to try to put the lid on somewhat on the can in case the can gets tipped over or something. Yeah, I would not recommend using your good paintbrush for something like this if you could help it. You could clean this stuff out. I don't know if you clean out with paint thinner or lacquer thinner or what it is, but I don't have to worry about that when I use a throwaway paintbrush. I'll rinse it out with water when I get done. And then if the bristles stay stiff to a certain extent, I could still use it as a brush to brush out cabinets, or next time I get sealer, if this end is stiff, you just put it back in the sealer and it gets right back to life after a couple brush strokes. I used to seal a lot of shower floors, kitchen floors, bathroom floors, and the first time I did it, when I cut in around everything, I used a 3-inch, and you know they have 4-inch throwaway paintbrushes too. And the first time I did that, after it was all done, this got all stiff, and I thought I was going to have to throw it away. I think I threw away the first brush until finally I realized, hey, just dip it back in the sealer the next day, and it just comes right back to life. And so I do that from now on when I use it. Okay, so I'm going to finish up these next 2 steps, and I'll let that dry. And you see, after I get done, like these couple steps here that I did, that I showed you, they're not going to take very long, because see, these top ones are already dry. Doesn't even look like I ever put any sealer on those, does it? See, those top 3 are dry, and then you can tell this one's still wet to a certain extent. Of course these are still wet because I just did them. So when I get all done, I'm only going to have to be off these stairs 15, 20 minutes or so before I get ready to put the second coat on. And when I'm not running video, as I'm finishing this, I got my cell phone up there, and I just turn it on Pandora and go to classic rock stories or something, or classic rock songs, and it just helps me with my day. Try it next time you're working by yourself.